flew 105 combat missions in a single-seat F-105 Thunder Chief. Each one launched from bases in Thailand and dove straight into the North Vietnamese air defense network, where radar-guided surface-to-air missiles and Soviet-built MiG-21s waited. Lieutenant Colonel Charles G. Boyd was on his 105th sortie when his aircraft was hit. He ejected, was captured, and spent the next 6 years and 9 months, that's 2,488 days, as a prisoner of war. Most of it at Ha La Prison, known to Americans as the Hanoi Hilton. He entered that cell at age 28. He came out nearly 35. And what emerged was not only a survivor, but a strategist. Boyd returned to active duty and climbed the ranks, not by seeking power, but by asking hard questions. Why were America's airframes designed for Cold War deterrence, but crumbling in dogfights over Southeast Asia? Why was Pentagon procurement slow, bloated, and so resistant to feedback from those who actually flew the planes? At the same time, in another part of the Air Force, Colonel John Boyd, who is of no relation, was already attacking those same problems. A former F-100 and F-86 pilot, John Boyd had developed the energy maneuverability theory, a physics-based method for comparing fighter performance. He proved with cold data that agility, not speed or electronics, won air battles. His advocacy helped lead to the lightweight fighter program, and the result? The F-16 Fighting Falcon. Lightweight, high thrust to weight ratios, bubble canopy, and side stick control. Built not for politics, but for combat. This group, John Boyd, Pierre Sprey, Chuck Spinney, and others, they became known as the Fighter Mafia. They had no official charter, but they were a force, data-driven, uncompromising, and quite often insubordinate. Charles G. Boyd was not in that group. He didn't shape the F-16 on paper or in briefings. However, as he rose to the 4-star rank, the only Vietnam POW to ever do so, he gave the momentum something that they lacked: institutional validation. He became living proof that the values of the Fighter Mafia, everything that they had fought for, maneuverability, simplicity, pilot-driven design, they were not just theory. They were necessity. In speeches and leadership roles, Boyd criticized the very systems that the Mafia had resisted, like the F-111's excess or the overreach of the multi-role aircraft that couldn't hold air superiority. He didn't mimic the Mafia's tactics. He outlived them in rank and kept their ideals in motion. He served as commander of Air University and later vice commander of Strategic Air Command. In both roles, Boyd emphasized critical thinking, cost accountability, and doctrine rooted in combat experience. His leadership helped embed reform values into the Air Force's intellectual structure, ensuring they would not die with a single generation. In his later years, he remained active in defense policy circles, bringing quiet clarity to national debates. He didn't demand credit. He just continued to carry the flame. Two Boyds, both officers, no family tie. One built the intellectual tools to reimagine air combat. The other gave those tools altitude, mission, and command authority. These are Interesting Things with JC.